After many years of what most people call financial success, I quit entrepreneurship to become and this might be a surprise for you guys, to become a day trader. And this transition absolutely changed my life. And this right here is a symbol for this transition. This is my engagement ring. I just got engaged in July this year, on July 2nd. And um, you will soon, very soon, see why I brought this ring here to this video. Because if you are an entrepreneur, um, I'm very sure that this also represents something for you. So let's get right into it. Now, in case you don't know me, my name is Marvin Weiss, and I'm gonna make this extremely quick. I just want you to know who you are talking to, and then you can most likely also relate to what I'm about to show you. So my name is Marvin Weiss, and I grew up very poor until the age of 8. So I have this very classic rich dad, poor dad story, because when I was 8, my mom met this super successful entrepreneur. Okay. And we literally went from, true story, no food in the fridge to having a Ferrari on our driveway. It was absolutely insane. I went from being the poorest kid in school to being the richest kid in school. It was mind blowing. Okay. And this guy right here, I'm not gonna give you the name for privacy reasons. I believe right now, and I met him 3 weeks ago. Very nice guy. My mom and him are not together anymore. However, he's probably worth $30 to $50 million. And then, when I was about 14, I read the book Rich Dad, and most of you guys probably know this book, Poor Dad. And it talks about how one guy grew up, he had a rich dad, he had a poor dad, he learned some stuff from this guy, he learned other stuff from this guy. However, he grew up noticing there's certain differences in how these people behave and obviously how they deal with money. And I was like, wait, I'm living this life. My real dad never had any money. However, this guy now, my rich dad basically, has all the money. And when I was 15, something happened. I cannot go into all the details. However, I was kind of forced to start my first business. It was out of a bad situation because we had some family issues. However, I started my first business, and I actually sold adult toys on Amazon back in the day. Okay, that was my very first business. It was actually quite successful. Now, ever since, I never really stopped with businesses. And in my early 20s, I had my big breakthrough. And this was with a software business. So I developed the software for online shops. It scaled or minimized the ad spend for online shops on Facebook. It was a very good business. We actually made $240,000 in contract value in the very first month with $3,000 in ad spend. So it was a very nice business. I had 75% of that business. My business partner had 25%. Sold that business. Okay, that was beautiful. I then started another business, which was an agency, because I thought, hey, running an agency can't be too difficult. Until November, and this was also quite successful, doing good 5 figures every single month to this day. Because I'm still an entrepreneur, by the way. However, not really the typical type of entrepreneur, because I'm a day trader now most of the time. Something happened on November 2nd, 2022. And what happened next changed my life, and it can also change yours very soon. So on November 2nd, 2022, and I want you to take a look at this tattoo right here. It's not the most pretty tattoo, I know that. However, it's a very good reminder. It's a very good reminder because on that day, I was diagnosed with a stage 2 brain tumor. All right, guys? And once I was in the hospital, they told me very dangerous surgery and all that good stuff. However, I had one thought in my head. One thought: what happens to my business? Because my business was highly depending on me. And if you are a business owner, your business is most likely also highly depending on you. So in my agency, I had a bunch of clients, right? The average client paid me about $3,000 per month. for some marketing services, all right? And I had quite a few of them. Cool. Now, once I called them and told them, hey guys, I won't be available for the next roughly 3 months, just so you guys know, guess what they all told me? Well, Marvin, wish you all the best. I hope everything is going well. And after about a week, boop, drop me. And I only had one client left. Literally one client left. And this client was a prop trading firm. And this will become very important in just a second. Now, the thing is, and this is where I need to reference this ring once again. Once I was in a hospital bed and I thought back about everything I've done in my life, I realized I made good money. I really made good money. I traveled the world. I did everything I wanted to do in life, except one thing. And that was start a family. And for that, I, of course, need to find a wife first. So that obviously happened. We just got engaged. I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy. We're going to marry next year in September, most likely in Malaga, Spain. I'm very grateful for that. And I needed to make a transition. I knew that running this agency, running my business, is not how I want to start a new family. I needed to change something, okay? You see, businesses are great to become wealthy. However, businesses are not really good to become rich. So while you're building a business, if your business makes $1 million in profit per year, for example, can be less, can be more, I don't really care, it's just a number. You necessarily don't have that $1 million in your bank account after all, because you need to reinvest all of this money most likely into your business. I have lots of friends who have an online shop, a classical e-commerce store selling all kinds of things. Okay. And most of the time, even though they make good profits, they need to reinvest all of this money. And this obviously builds the value of the business. So if they want to sell their business at some point, it's quite good. However, doing this process of building this business, and you most likely know that, they are not rich themselves. They work their asses off, but in their private bank accounts, they don't have that much money. And trading can change this. And that's why I became a trader, because I noticed if I want to start a family, I need to have some money in my bank account. Okay? I don't care about my business. I want to have some money in my bank account. Me, myself, and I. So this prop trading firm was the only client that didn't drop me. And I wondered why. And then I realized it's just because they have so much freaking money, they don't care about paying me $3,000 per month. So what is a prop trading firm? A prop trading firm is basically a company and they have money. They have capital, all right? And they know that if they would just invest that money into the stock market or into real estate, whatever, they will most likely get 5% every single year in return. And they tell themselves, this is not enough. This right here is for losers and they want to be winners. So what do? Well, they find guys, and these guys are traders. They find traders who know how to find an edge in the stock market. An edge is basically if the stock, if any stock goes up or down, they know how to buy here and sell here and make a profit, usually within a couple minutes every single day. So these traders here sometimes only trade 15, 30, 60 minutes every single day. That's it. But because they use so much money, they trade with so much capital, this prop trading firm now gets 20% of their profits. And just by doing this, these traders keep 80%, obviously, they can now get a return of about 5% every single month on their money. That is why these prop trading firms give their capital to traders who know how to operate in the markets. They know how to pull money out of the market. And that is actually not too difficult, but we'll get into that in just a second. For now, what I want you to realize is I obviously saw this. I saw these guys here, these traders, and some of them, it was absolutely mind-blowing, made over $100,000 in pure profit in a single month trading. And the cool thing is they had no employees, no clients to manage, no products to ship, no nothing. All they did was sit in front of the laptop for 30 to 60 minutes and pull money out of the markets with certain strategies. They didn't even risk their own money trading. They risked this prop trading firm's money to trade with. Okay? And this is where it gets so cool. You see, usually if you're a good trader, you make 5% every single month on your money. Now, if you are, let's say you have some money, you're not rich, but you have some money. You have 100K that you would like to trade with. Okay, 100K is your risk capital. Now, I know many entrepreneurs have 100K. The good thing is you don't need to use it, because even if you make 5% on this 100K, you risk your own money. You just made $5,000. I don't know about you, but this doesn't really excite me anymore. As an entrepreneur, your goal shouldn't be making $5,000, because that's not a whole lot of money in these days, right? Now, and this is where the prop trading firms come in, because these prop trading firms tell you, hey, you are a good trader, you know how to operate in these markets, let us give you our capital. And instead of trading with $100,000 of your own money, what you can do is you can get 5, 10, sometimes even 20 $100,000 accounts from this prop trading firm. And that way, this is not writing anymore, give me a second here. And that way, you basically are able to multiply your earnings by quite a bit. And that's actually such a cool thing, because you're now able to turn $5,000, even if you only have 5 trading accounts, into $25,000. If you have 10 accounts, that is now $50,000. And guys, I'm not making any income claims here. However, I myself usually trade about 15 to 30 minutes per day. And you can check this on my channel. I record and upload many live tradings where I make multiple thousands of dollars in this time frame with multiple trading accounts. Okay, guys? So this right here means you can get rich yourself while building your business that makes you wealthy. Okay? Your business is one entity, and your own bank account is the other entity. The cool thing is, once you learn how to trade as an entrepreneur, you can become rich trading, go on nice vacations with that money, spend it on your family, go on a shopping spree. I don't care what you do with your money. I really don't care. Couldn't care less. However, you do not need to pull money out of your business. You can reinvest all of your money here to build value inside your company. And that's a cool thing. Now, how do we do this? And how did I become a profitable trader? You see, when I saw these traders making so much money, I was like, I want to do the same. So I used some of my money, and guess what I did? Well, I bought a course of someone. It cost me, I think back in the day, 2K. And let me tell you something, it didn't work. Okay? Because this guy wanted to teach me a strategy. And he said, hey, you have a statistical advantage if you buy here and you sell here. And lo and behold, this didn't work, okay? The thing is, he never taught me why the market moves up or why the market moves down at certain points of time. And I gave up trading after about 3 months because I was like, this is a scam, it doesn't work. And then at some point I was like, no, this right here is my mission. I want to build a family. I cannot go back to running my business and only having a business, because I want to have some money in my pocket and not just, I don't want to be wealthy on paper. I want to be rich in my bank account. So I get back into trading, and then I understood, by really going deep into the market, I understood the why. Why does the market go up? Why does the market go down? And this right here is an example now. You see, what you need to understand is there's 2 types of traders, right? There's retail traders, people like you and me, and there's big institutions, okay? Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Vanguard, I don't care. Big institutions, headphones, banks, all of these guys, okay? Now, who do you believe moves the market? Is it us, the retail traders, or is it these big institutions? Well, I can tell you, it's not us. And imagine this. Imagine you are a trader at Goldman Sachs, okay? And Goldman Sachs now believes that the Apple stock because of whatever news they might have, is about to shoot up. They believe the Apple stock is about to shoot up. Now, I don't trade stocks. I trade futures, meaning the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. However, it's the same principle. And this trader here at Goldman Sachs, his managing partner tells him, hey, you need to buy 500,000 Apple stocks at this certain price right here. Okay, so this trader right here waits until the price goes down to this level. And the cool thing is, because he needs to trade with so much size, he needs to build up such a big position. Us traders, us retail traders, we can see when this is happening. We can see when a big player is building up a position for their portfolio. And then what we can do is we can just tag along. We can also buy when he's buying and sell when he is selling. And that's a cool thing. And that means usually within 15 to 30 minutes every single day, you can place 1, 2, or 3 trades. I usually trade, like I told you, the Nasdaq, the ES, which is the S&P 500. I trade oil and I trade gold. These are my markets that I trade with. And every time I see a big player building up a position for his own portfolio, I just tag along and I take a small piece of the pie. Okay. And now the amazing thing is, as a trader, if you are an entrepreneur and you start trading next to your business, you start investing 15 to 30 minutes every single day for your own pocket because you want to have some money yourself. You now have a vehicle that you can make money with from anywhere in the world. Next to that, it's extremely, extremely scalable. Meaning, if you want to scale your business, you want to make some more money with your business, what do you need? You need clients, you need employees, new inventory, new marketing campaigns, I don't care, new technology, all of these things, okay? As a trader, you don't need that. If you have found a strategy that is working, my strategy has a win rate of about 75%. No guarantees, no income claims whatsoever. It's just what's working for me right now. 75% roughly. Meaning I win 3 out of 4 trades. If I make, for example, $1,000 per day on average, just as an example. If I now want to make $2,000 per day on average, what do I need to do? Well, I need to add more trading accounts, and that's it. My workload stays the same. I don't need to hire any more people. No. And I don't even need to trade more. I just click a few buttons, add some more trading accounts to my portfolio, and I make more money. So it's extremely, extremely scalable. All right. Next to that, it is a skill that can never be unlearned. This right here, you can still do it while you're retired. I don't care when you do it. You can do it whenever you want, because another cool thing is, and we've seen this happening, what happens if something happens in the economy? Well, if the economy goes up, usually, and I see this with so many of my friends' businesses, and also with mine, obviously, your money goes up, your income goes up, right? But if the economy goes down, well, things get a little tougher, right? Well, as a trader, it's not the case, because you can profit from the markets going up, but you can also profit from the markets going down. It doesn't really matter. Now, if you want to know how you can start trading as an entrepreneur next to your business, you want to know why the markets move the way they do, and how you can profit from these tiny moves in the markets, how you can maybe place 2 or 3 trades on your way home from work, on the way to the gym. I usually sit in the back of a cab, okay? I just grab an Uber, I sit in the back, I pull up my phone. If I want to go shopping with my fiance and I know I'm going to spend $1,000, I pull up my phone, I'm going to try to make $1,000 on the way to the freaking mall. That's the power of trading. You can make money whenever you want. It's all just you and the markets. That's all you need. And if you want to learn how this works, below this video here in the description, I link my website for you. And this is going to be a calendar. Beautiful, beautiful drawing. You can book a call on my calendar. And I reserved a little bit of my time, not too much, just a little bit, to help 10 entrepreneurs every single month do this. Okay, I share with you exactly my trading strategy, how it works, why it works, how you can get these prop trading accounts, how you can scale them up, and everything from A to Z. I literally show you everything that you need to know so you can become an entrepreneur and a day trader yourself as an entrepreneur. Okay, if that is something that you're interested in, you want to make some more money yourself, book a call right now. I don't care what you do for business. Your business is this entity right here. You yourself, you are here, right? What I want you to understand is I want you to reinvest all of the money that you make inside your business. I want you to build up the value of your company so you can sell it at some point. But you cannot do this with extreme efficiency if you're always pulling money out of the business to fund your lifestyle. This is stupid. So what I want you to do is I want you to start trading for 15 to 30 minutes, fund your lifestyle with the money that you make trading so you can get rich while becoming wealthy. That's what I want you guys to do. And if that is something that you're interested in, like I said, I don't care what type of business you have. I really couldn't care less. If you are just interested in doing this, click the link down below, book your call, and I'll see you on the call. Bye-bye.